Hi, welcome to the Tuesday night music show. We've got a cast of characters. We've got Brian K, who's feeling great tonight, and well, we wish you well, Brian. Brian's not feeling well, but he's still here, which is just shows you the character that a guy like Brian has. He is a character too. And we are joined in Boston in Mr. Kelly's neighborhood. He's got his nice sweater on and he's changing his shoes. And
let's make the most of this beautiful day.
Thank you, Mr. McFeely.
And you all always got to be thankful for what you got when Damon's here. That was an inside joke for some of you.
Yep.
Of course, we've got Eric from Woburn, Mass.
Hello.
Yeah, and Tom's here with his hat on. We're winging it tonight, guys.
Yes.
I got a collection of 45s today from Wavy Davy. Yeah. So I've been going through them. And some of it is stuff that he had for his jukebox that came with his jukebox, but some of it's definitely Wavy's 45 collection from back in the day, you know. And there's some interesting stuff in there I totally forgot about. And Damon's gonna be the guy who's gonna totally get this right away. But I forgot all about Donna Allen. You remember Donna Allen?
Yeah.
I forgot all about Donna Allen with Serious.
Didn't she do Serious? Yeah, Serious.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
Wow.
Yeah, Dancer
That's
was
a
great.
blast. Yeah.
There's a lot of fun stuff in there.
Yeah.
It's like you're thumbing through. It's like, okay, Ray Price for the Good Times. Okay, that's not Wavy. You know, Dance Little Bird. No, not the Engelbert Humperdinck. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, Fly Girl, Boogie Boys. Yep, that's Wavy. So it's a pretty fun 45 collection. Before we turn the camera on, John was talking about some of the classic Buffer music he was playing at his trivia gig too. So I thought maybe something we could talk about is, and we have kind of alluded to it in different ways, talking about this kind of stuff on our shows lately. We kind of have to start relying on classics more, because there's not a lot of new stuff out there that's a big crowd pleaser for a lot of our audiences. I'm relying on them a lot. Is everybody relying on classics a lot to entertain?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Sure.
Yeah.
A lot of it's the age of the people that are in front of you, but I think from COVID to 24, we really milked the 80s for all we had. We really played a lot of that, and I think we've advanced into 90s and 2000s now.
Yeah,
a little more so.
Yeah,
I think you're
more
right.
Spice Girls, more like we're getting away from freestyle and old Madonna. It's like now we want that 90 to 2005 pocket. I think it's probably it's old enough that everybody knows it, and nothing's going to be so obscure or offensive. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like when we think of 50s music. How much 50s music is anyone playing? You know, the Twist, fine, and I think that's actually 1960. Maybe an Elvis track, and
you rock around the clock,
and you're done. That's it.
Yeah, really.
So I get 46 copies in my hard drive. Yeah,
that's kind of what's happening with the 80s almost. It's like there's a few songs you play and then you're done. You're not diving into Level 42 and Duran Duran anymore. You're doing Love Shack and Old Time Rock and Roll, which is actually a 70s song. It's just different. So yeah, the focus is, I think, kind of like maybe mid 90s up through maybe the 2000s, some of the 2010s. That's where I think a lot of us have to be pulling a lot of our tracks these days. That's what I'm doing anyway.
Yeah, I'm playing a lot of mid 90s R&B, but that mid tempo range, anywhere from like 95 to 110 BPM range, and it's working really well for me. So actually, I want to say late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay, yeah,
that stuff, that range right there, and it's killing the dance floor right now. So,
what kind of stuff?
Oh, of course, Next, Drew Hill, stuff like that. 112,
Too Close is one I just don't bring out like I should, and I probably should, huh?
Yeah, that one. Wifey is another good one. I mean, there's a bunch of them in that range that you could just go down that path with.
Yeah. How about you, John? What were you doing at trivia?
Well, I did kind of 80s, 90s mix. Like I just know from the crowd that's in the place, they're probably late 40s to 60 plus.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So I got to give them some of the 80s throwbacks. I'll pull it up because I still got it on the side list. I did maybe 15 from the 80s and 15 from the 90s. And if I can just quickly go through, I just loaded in. I wanted kind of energy, but not too busy, so I loaded
Sure.
from like 112 to about 120 BPM.
Okay.
And that was kind of the zone. So let me just add year to the tag and split off. So just to say the 90s obvious ones. I got a thing for Shalimar, so I had second time around in the list.
Oh, nice.
Oh, great one.
Great song that people forgot about. Brian, we were talking before the show. Keep Feeling Fascination from Human League.
Oh, I love that song. I
that's
still love
nice.
that track. There's a lot of Human League tracks that we could probably dig into if we want to get really weird with those folks. The one I really like is Mirror Man. I don't know if you guys remember that one or not. But that's an amazing song that no one plays at anytime. Like, so you play that and you're like the guy from The Time Traveler when you play that song because they don't hear it anywhere else.
Yeah, if I give you the 90s ones, you'll think they're probably more interesting than the 80s ones. But I did play Right on Track, Breakfast Club, and people
love that track.
It was just a quick pick. I just enough to fill the background because you're speaking the words of the trivia game, and you just don't want dead air behind you.
Yeah.
I pulled Janet Jackson, Escapade, did really
Great
well.
one.
I Want to Be Rich, Calloway is in here.
Ooh, yeah, it's been a long time.
Right. I played Emotions from Mariah. I forgot how good that song is. Her little squeaky noises. That's like breaks the glasses in the room. All right, so then let's get into 90s. So we get Touch Me All Night Long, Kathy Dennis.
Nice.
Great song.
Crush, Jennifer Page. And I said, Rock the Dinosaurs, tail 80s, right? So Pebbles, Girlfriend, late 80s.
Yeah. What's all the same?
Kind of, yeah. And being in Boston, I snuck in a Cars tune, and I snuck in a New Kids on the Block with the right stuff. But that kind of stuff, just upbeat energy vibe, and no one balked. It wasn't like, it fits the vibe of this place. And that's, I think, what you have to do. You really have to tailor it, because if you're in someplace that's really dancey, you could pull a whole different group from the 80s and 90s that'll be entirely different than what I chose. I just picked what works for where I was. Your results may vary.
What I like about your list is you're not playing the normal stuff, but you're playing fun stuff. So it's tracks. I love doing the songs. Those are fun for me.
Which is where Serious would come in too.
Oh,
because yeah. Oh my God, I've got to put that back on my playlist because
I forgot all about that song.
Oh, it was anything else? I mean, that was the big one. I think I don't know, maybe one or two others, but that was the big one.
You might have had another one, but I don't think I want to.
I don't know anything about her, but it sounds like a Minneapolis track. I mean, it's got that Lindrum in it, and it feels like it could have been produced by Jam and Lewis. I don't know if it was or not, but
kind of like the Janet Jackson Escapade I played in the middle of the song. She yells out, "Minneapolis!" and that's what she's going for. That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, well, that was the thing. That was Jam and Lewis.
Like, no, I'm not Motown anymore. No. Yeah. Oh, but that was funny. That was funny.
Yeah, I mean, I think Joe pretty much said, we don't know what to do with her, and they said, well, we'll take her, but you got to leave us alone to listen to her thing. And they did. They took her up there, and she became a resident, and she did that for probably 10 years.
Sure. And she was pulling 5 or 6 #1 singles off like 3 records in a row. She was just wanking them out. So
they were hit machine. Those guys could produce. Oh my gosh, they could produce. And they seem like such cool guys too. But, yeah, they did her. They did a lot of people. They did SOS Band. They did Herb Alpert. That whole Keep Your Eye on Me project.
Yeah, it's a whole rabbit hole you can go down with stuff they produced.
Yeah, lots of stuff. Of course, the Four Symptoms Tender Love is just like, in my opinion, one of their masterpieces. It's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a bunch of stuff they produced that never really like broke hardcore mainstream, but it worked in a club.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh man, I didn't know they produced this or did this.
Right. You can tell when you hear it though. You're like, oh yeah. I know what that is. It's got a sound to it.
There's a certain gate to the rhythm that you just hear it. You're like, I know.
I know what that is.
I know that it's in there.
What else you got, John? We keep interrupting you because we keep geeking out.
No. I wasn't just trying to just read off cue cards.
No,
that's cool.
That, man. I'm happy that you played Kathy Dennis, man. That's like
well, Just Another Dream is a good one too. Maybe next week I switch that out for that.
Right.
I always was just the guy that was D-Mob Coming to Get My Love. I love that song.
Yes.
That one's neat. Then you go down this whole D-Mob rabbit hole with Put Your Hands Together, which I think is a great song.
Yeah. Oh, they had some tracks.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
They all didn't really hit really big here,
Nope.
but they had some tracks. If you was like really into that stuff, you'd be like, okay, yeah, I can work with this.
Yeah, it's very, very British
Yes.
dance stuff, but fun.
But the whole idea was to play, like you say, the unfamiliar ones. Don't just play all, top tens. Like I do Saturday Love In from Alexander O'Neill and Sherelle.
Nice.
Okay.
And that's just got a nice bop groove to it. And then you mix it up, like I said, because I know there's some dudes there that aren't going to vibe to that. So I stuck in like Midnight Blue, Lou Graham is in here. Walking on Broken Glass, Eurythmics, I put in this. And again, it's only like a quick little 2-hour background set. And it was just enough to unite the room. So everybody kind of agreed, like, if you didn't like the song, you wait a minute, and the next one you wait.
I would have enjoyed sitting in that room.
Yeah.
I stuck in the Rod Stewart with the Temps, doing the Motown song.
The Motown song.
Bring the records up on the roof or whatever. I like that. And there's some obvious ones too. I got like Motown Philly in there and some Crystal Waters and
Sure.
And I played the original Valerie from Steve Winwood as part of that energy mix.
The original Valerie.
The original, right? Not the Eric Prydz. So
you played his. Okay, you played the Chronicles version of Valerie.
Yeah, the Steve Winwood original before anyone touched
the original Steve Winwood Valerie goes back to 1982.
Yeah, that was.
And then he redid it for Chronicles.
Yeah.
Okay.
And made it sound more like everything he did on Riptide, or not Riptide.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? That was Robert Palmer. What the hell was Steve Winwood's big album called?
Roll With It?
Oh, yeah.
No, the one before that.
No.
Roll With It was big. They had a lot of singles on that.
Roll With It was.
While You See Your Chance, Take It. Right?
No, it was with Higher Love on it and
Okay.
Fine Line and all that. What the hell's the name of that album? It was a big album. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The brown one. the biggest one he ever had. Doesn't matter. But yeah, he for Chronicles was kind of a greatest hits kind of thing, and he redid that song and it hit second time around. But the original Valerie's, it's got a lot more space in it, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
They did a nice job when they reproduced it and made it a hit. But yeah, I know the track you're talking about.
Not to be confused with Amy Winehouse Valerie. That's two different. Yeah.
Or the Monkees Valerie.
I think Amy Winehouse only got one L in Valerie. I think Stevie Winwood's got two.
Back in the High Life. There you go. Matt got it.
That's
right.
it.
That's the album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was a great song too. That was a great single. Yeah.
Steve Winwood's an interesting cat. I mean, you had the whole Traffic thing and all that stuff from way back. And then all of a sudden he does While You See a Chance, and it's like, this is different. This doesn't sound like anything he's ever done before, but he completely reinvented himself and invented a new sound nobody had heard before. And he ran with that and had a third career, I guess, in the 90s and the 80s with that stuff. Respect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Joe Bonamassa couldn't have pulled that off.
No. Jay. Yeah, one for Jay. Yeah, to dodge all the prog and to come into something that's just so mainstream, had to do it well and almost have that northern soul feel to it that it just it sounded like a lot of other stuff. Like it belonged in the category. It belonged in with, that sound.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the stuff that we didn't get here, but like when you hear it, you're kind of like, oh, this totally makes sense. It's that style of music.
No, I like him. At the time, I kind of wrote it off as mom rock, but I'm digging it now. In retrospect, I'm digging it.
Sure. Well, if I'm back again there next week, I can just quickly eyeball what I would put in place of what I did this week. If you want to just see if it's,
it'd be easy to do. There's so many choices, but yeah, you can. Yeah, go for it. What do you got?
If I just real quick. Well, it would help if I have the drive connected, huh? Talk amongst yourselves for half a second until this thing boots up. Because what I'll do is I'll wipe this one and I'll build a new one for 2.5 hours.
Well, how about you, Eric? Have you been diving into any classics?
Yes, and again, because today's it's terrible, and I've been doing like getting jiggy with it.
Okay.
Return of the Mac. That song never died. And another one that I do, and it's like Debbie Allen. I've forgotten all about it.
Yeah.
Was let me clear my throat.
Oh, cool.
And they go nuts. They really do go crazy.
Yeah.
That used to be a must play. Now it's every once in a while, right?
Yeah.
I've never played it and it's failed.
Right.
But I don't always play it. And when I play it, it's usually a follow up to Jump Around or something like that. If Jump Around goes really well, then I'll follow up with Let Me Clear My Throat.
And as far as the 2000s go, I mean, we all have Uptown Funk and Blurred Lines, and those will always work usually.
That'd be,
you know,
2000 teens, I guess.
Yeah, but those will still always work.
Yeah, of course.
You know? Yeah. And you forgot one oldie that I think still works, and it depends on where you're at. Run Around Sue Dion always works for me.
You know, John Young, I've never played that song. Ever.
Really?
Ever. No.
Well,
John Young dies by that song, but I've never played it.
Try it once. It works. Yeah. It works. Yeah.
I played it a couple times and it worked for me, but you have to be at the right crowd, though.
Right.
That's right. You got to get the right people. Yeah.
Right.
Usually at a wedding, it'll work. No problem. Because you got a mixed crowd and, you know.
So are you
even the
playing
younger kids?
Are you playing that song like kind of like in the same vein as like a frat rock song? Like with shout or?
No, I don't do but I'll start it with the drum roll. Do 8, and everybody knows it. And
It'll be like something you play alongside Soul Man or something.
I will even come out of Uptown Funk with it because it ends dead, and then do 8, because the floor's already packed with Uptown Funk, and that will keep them going. I mean, it's different things everybody does, but that'll usually work for me.
Going through those 45s, there were so many old tracks like that I saw. I'm like, I think I'm going to put this one aside because I don't think I'm going to want to have it in this collection. It's like, the Ray Price for the Good Times.
One of these things are not like the other.
Yeah, there was a lot of that stuff. I think John and I were talking the other night. I think it was John, you and I were talking about this. And I know I have this entire section of music for people who are no longer with us. Like, they're dead, so they don't want to hear this music anymore. Like Ink Spots and Andrew's Sisters.
Unless you're making like a DVD lifetime reel for somebody at a memorial, you're probably never going to use that stuff.
Right. If they're still around, they don't want to dance.
They're still around, they can't hear it. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. They might remember it, but yeah, there was a lot of that in there, and of course a lot of disposable country stuff that I don't think anyone would ever want to hear again. The good stuff sticks, but then the other stuff kind of, a lot of like Travis Tritt and things like that. It's like no one's going to ask for that. It's just
TROUBLE. That must have been a big jukebox. It wasn't in there, no? Yeah.
No, not that one. It was a different one. I don't remember what it was. But there's a stack of country. I'm like, okay, I hope I can find someone who really likes country because they're going to like the stack because I definitely don't need it. It's taking up space in my home. But
how many 45 adapters did you find in that collection?
None.
Really?
None was stuck in the 45?
Oh, no. Well, we're talking Wavy here. Wavy was a 1200 guy like me. So
if they're playing in a jukebox, it's going to have the spindle built in anyway. You wouldn't need all those inserts. So it's going to drop it and play and fit,
Yeah. No, Wavy was a 1200 guy like me. So he always had one of these. Or two of these, one on each deck. But yeah, no punches. Yeah, I found a ton of jukebox inserts though.
Okay.
Like where it would say the artist and then,
a little
on top, on the bottom.
There. Yeah. And you'd have to get on like a typewriter. Tack, 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 type it in.
A lot of those. A whole bunch of those. And some price tags from some places that are no longer around that I remember. We had a place here called Mean Mountain Music, and that's where you bought 45s. Like that's where mobile DJs would go and get that crusty song. They'd have it. They supplied jukebox people. They were the store for that. They were the shop for that. So saw a lot of price tags from places like those old suppliers. Music Warehouse. My God, that was a long time ago. It's fun to go through those though. It was a lot of fun. And I need to go through them again. There's some stuff in there that I just don't remember at all. And I was even shy about putting it on the turntable. Wavy went pretty deep though. He was really into I would say, the deeper R&B stuff. It wasn't necessarily the top 40 stuff. It was stuff that was on the R&B charts at the time. That's what he was into. Like, I think his favorite song ever is Funkin' for Jamaica. I mean, he's that guy,
Great song.
That is funky stuff.
An odd favorite song, but that's okay. He's that dude. And the
Brian's
reflection.
gonna start digging for 45s now.
It's the last thing I wanted to do. I told myself I'm gonna just do 12-inch singles because if I start doing albums too, I'm gonna buy too much stuff. I'm gonna collect too many things. So okay, well fine, we'll do albums. I get it. But I'm not doing 45s. But then you get these 45s once in a while. You're like, I'll keep that one, but I'll put it over here.
Yeah,
But it's starting to become a collection. Can you see behind me here?
yeah.
That's what I got today.
Oh,
Those two long boxes are full. That box is full. There's another box kind of over here of all the country stuff I didn't want. So the collection is growing exponentially. But the good news is that they're small and they're a hoot to listen to. They're fun to listen to. What did I pull out and throw on the turntable? Probably half a dozen, and I was having so much fun. You know what I used to do? And I wish I had a friend around here I could do it with. My buddy Mike and I used to take two turntables, and instead of putting them right next to each other, we put them back to back. I would have a stack of records. He'd have a stack of records.
yeah.
And we go record to record,
Oh yeah.
beer to beer. And we had rules though. Every session we had rules, and they would go for hours. And sometimes the rule was something stupid like no Barbra Streisand. Like you do anything but Barbra Streisand. Just these arbitrary rules we'd throw at each other.
Like that would have happened accidentally. Like someone would have
Yeah, right. I was like, no kiss tonight. Okay, no kiss. That's every night. It was a weird, stupid rule that somebody would make up, and we would just have a blast with that. We try to compliment each other, and it's like, okay, your record's over, then you move the crossfader over to them, and then they can do something, and then when they're done, they can move the crossfader into the middle, and they can. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to find somebody I could do that with. I thought that would be a hoot for like one of those streaming things you guys do on Twitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That would be funny to do on Twitch.
it's a lot of fun doing that. I've done that. I call it dual DJ. We call it.
Yeah, dueling DJs or whatever.
Right,
Yeah,
right. And neither one of us know what we're going to play.
No, it's a surprise.
It's a surprise, right?
Yeah.
And what you play might change what I play next because, like, you made me think of this because I didn't know that song, and you know what reminds me of, and I play something different, and then you bounce off of that, and you just feeding the energy, so to speak. So,
but I mean, you're like face to face. It's almost like a game of chess, you know. But you're not. You just you went there. And then we do weird stuff. Like I remember one time he put on Supertramp, even the quietest moments, and he pitched it way down because he'd like to listen to it like that. And it was really cool. It was really cool how he did it. Oh, I never thought of doing that. But no, I wonder if we could do that like somehow without being right next to each other. It's more fun when you're right next to each other, but I wonder if there'd be a way where we could.
Now that'd be a neat game we could kind of incorporate in here one night.
It'd have to be a well, we can't do it in here because we'll get flagged.
right, we can't.
We could do it.
Oh,
Not
that's
record
right.
We can talk about it, but we can't.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I was just thinking about that with all these 45s and how much fun that would be. I don't really have any record friends anymore like I used to. They're all kind of they're doing other things or they've gotten out of it or whatever. But I need record friends so I can do dumb things like that again.
Well, first of all, that's not a dumb thing. That's a fun thing.
That really is a fun game.
It's -1 degree right now. I don't have many hobbies, but music is one of them, and record collecting is one of them. So it's just been a joy today to go through records and to check stuff out. Oh wow, I forgot all about that. And once you have them though, you almost need to have someone to share them with, or it's not any fun.
I agree.
Like you need to have a friend come over and hey, check this out. Ooh, here, listen to this. Ooh, you want to check that out? Yeah, let's do that. That's the joy of it for me. For that kind of weird stuff. It's inspiring as a DJ, but it's just fun as a music lover to do things like that. But it would be fun to figure out how to do that. We should brainstorm on that and see if we could do it like virtually.
Yeah. Well, you need to call up that bar down the street, final only bar, and go down there and be like, "Yo,
now what are we playing next?"
When
I can get in there anytime I want.
When can I do my set and just be like,
I can go in there anytime I want. I've just been a little preoccupied with things around here.
I mean, I understand that, but if you're looking for like an energy to release and listen to some music and have some fun and people that would enjoy it, you need to get down there and just be like, even if it's like once every other month, just to be like, all right,
yeah, you're right, you're right. It's there. I might as well do it.
Exactly.
He's talking about it's a Japanese style record lounge where it's nothing but records. DJs go in there and do 4-hour sets. They're not scratching. They're not mixing. They're just playing tracks. And it's not conversation. It's just sit and listen to the music kind of thing. It's an interesting concept. And this you can't park on my street any night of the week anymore because the place is packed. So DJs are going into this place, or just record collectors, and telling all their friends, hey, I'm going to this place this night, and then all their friends come, and that's the bar crowd. It's kind of neat. Mm-hmm. It's a neat idea. So I told you we were going to wing it tonight.
Yeah, I get a good amount of the 90s sets for next week pulled. What do you got? Based on what I did this time and what I told you, I'll tell you where I'll go next week, because I'm just
go for it.
All right, so I haven't played for myself in a long time. Bailamos by Enrique Iglesias. It's a really smooth song, and that just kind of got a vibe. And all the little chickies like dancing around on that one. Not that I have a dance floor. Again, my criteria is I can't have anything that's too word busy because I have to speak over it. Right. I can't. If I do rap songs, then I'm competing vocally for airspace to say, and here's next question number 20, and here's who won the Super Bowl in next year. So all of these songs tend to have a little bit of breathing room. That's the only common denominator, is that there's space you can talk. I get Madonna's Vogue up in here.
Gems.
Right. No excuses anymore. Yeah.
No excuses. This is a forgotten one from the 90s that I always thought was a great song. Should have went further. The group was called Boy Crazy. It's That's What Love Can Do.
Okay.
And it's bouncy and fun. I will play it after the show if you guys don't remember it. Tell It to My Heart, Taylor Dane.
Nice.
Yeah. Love for Love, Robin S. Because we got to get some Robin S.
Love for Love, yeah.
Love for Love. Temptation Karina.
Ooh, freestyle.
Great one.
Little one. It's got some breathing room.
Late freestyle track, yeah.
Late freestyle, yeah. I did say Just Another Dream, Kathy Dennis, when we were talking from before, but then now I can't just play all dance. I got to break it up with some other stuff. So I got Save Tonight, Eagle Eye Cherry. I haven't played that in a minute.
That's a great one. Yeah, I like that one.
That's a good.
Nina Cherry's little brother.
Yeah, it's a good filler track.
Yeah.
It's like Smooth with Santana and Rob Thomas. It takes up some space and doesn't offend anybody. It's kind of vanilla.
What was that other cool Santana? With Game of Love? Was that the one?
Oh, with Michelle Branch, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
That's a nice one.
That's a catchy one too. Add that to this list. I don't know if she's in this folder or she's a lower BPM. I put Now That We Found Love, Heavy D on it.
Ooh, sure.
There are some.
That might be a little tough to compete with announcing all brother.
Well, because I played like Motown Philly and Poison from Velvet DeVoe and stuff. So it's kind of in the
sections in those tracks.
Yeah.
The one that was neat from Heavy D that you never hear is It Good to You?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like that song a lot. You hardly ever hear it.
Yeah, that's got a nice vibe too.
I was learning to loop with 2 copies of We Got Our Own Thing. So I remember all that stuff.
Another good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Heavy D.
He doesn't get enough credit.
Maybe rest in peace. Nah, he was smooth. He was dressed. He was like the original Fat Joe 1.0.
Yeah.
All right, just a couple more, and then I get Just the Way That You Love Me, Paula Abdul, because I'm tired of hearing all the regular shit.
Yes, I like it.
We Got a Love Thing, CeCe Peniston.
Ooh, I love that song. Yeah, absolutely love that song.
And or finally, but I think
We Got a Love Thing.
We Got a Love Thing is just kind of a groove.
I don't know why I like that one, but I do.
Yeah, it is good.
It was a great track.
I've got Missing, Everything But the Girl.
Ooh,
and then She Like the Deserts Miss the Rain.
Is the dance one or the radio one?
I've got the Todd Terry and I've got the other.
Todd Terry,
I can do either. And then I think I get just for the non-dancey people, I get Fastball, The Way, like the parents that just made up their minds and started walking and just left the kids. It's not a great positive parental message, but I mean,
Okay.
All right, a couple more. All right, then
It was the 90s.
it was the 90s. It was a strange time. I got a How Bizarre OMC.
Ooh, love it.
I love that.
This is the stuff I haven't done in the last 2 weeks. I'm just like, these need to play. I'll get a remake of the Bee Gees Tragedy by a group called Steps.
Yep, I know that one. My daughter did that at a talent show.
Gives it a little fresh feeling. Doesn't feel so disco-y.
Yeah.
Did they do a remake of You Should Be Dancing too? I got one.
That was Blockster.
Okay, yeah. I love that one.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. One of the sneaky ones in that I just like to throw that people don't get to hear too often. It's a Fatboy Slim. It's under Norman Cook though. It's Brimful of Asha.
Yes.
It just has kind of an interesting push-pull groove to it, and it's kind of weirdly funky. It could be punk. It could be.
No, that's a cool one.
Yeah, that's interesting. Never Met a Girl Like You Before.
Edwin Collins.
Collins.
I love that
That's a
song.
sexy ass song.
That's a slinky one. I like that one too. But
What is it with that track? It's like a Motown punk song. I don't know. It's cool.
Like a Motown psychedelic. It's like
Motown psychedelic with somebody like Nick Cave singing it. It's like, what is this? This is amazing.
Exactly. It's nothing sounds like
Nick Cave, the psychedelic Motown.
Only thing that hits close is American, whatever, from the Madonna one. What was
American Life?
Beautiful Strangers.
Oh, I love that one too.
Because that's got kind of the same kind of weird 60s throwback lava lamp beaded room.
Yeah, Edwin Collins just, I don't know.
I gotta pull that song back out. I haven't played it in forever.
That's a Girl Like You is really good. Yeah.
I never
Like You is
met
good
a
too.
girl like you before.
And it's got like that Lenny Kravitz buzz going on behind
Yeah,
it.
it's got that. Yeah.
You know, even Lenny, you could do Fly Away or anything. I mean, that's also in this 90s pocket too.
I think for Lenny, it's fun to go back to the Mama Said album.
Yeah.
That one just needs to get some love again because that album front to back was awesome. And I can't say that about every Lenny Kravitz album, but that one, there wasn't a bad track on it. Fields of Joy is fun. I don't care. It's just fun.
I don't usually do this, but I'm making notes now. Okay, serious, Deborah Allen.
We'll play them all after the show. Just run your auto Shazam. You'll have everything you'll ever need. We'll play all these tunes.
There was a picture of Nick from Promo Only. And he was in, like, I don't know, he was at some weed farm and he was running. There's a picture of him running through it smiling. And I took that picture and I put it to the music of Lenny Kravitz, Fields of Joy. So now every time I hear that song, I think of Nick Hahn. Every time I see Nick Hahn, I think of Lenny Kravitz, Fields of Joy.
Running through the brush.
Yeah. You got me thinking about so many songs, though, as you were going through your list. One I was thinking about that I haven't heard in a long time is John Cicada, Just Another Day.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice song. And you can play it at trivia night. You know, it's okay to play a song about I Miss You.
Oh, sure. Yeah, just this
trivia.
This batch, again, I just pulled specifically between 118 and 125 BPM. I didn't really dig in my 90s. I've got 890 songs in my 90s hits folder, so I got to just pick 2 hours worth.
Yeah.
But I don't want sleepy stuff. I don't want stuff that's going to bore people. You got to kind of keep an energy. And again, it can't be too busy. It can't be, can't be the Alice DJ stuff that's or Sam.
Yeah, right.
I'm competing with a song that's going to steal the thunder. You know what I mean? So, but that's just a few. I'm actually going to drag them over right into the folder now, so I don't have to pick them again because they're all highlighted so I can find them. But that's the kind of idea of what I think is hitting for the 90s in that BPM range, and I think those are all pretty safe. Most people are going to know a good amount of those.
Do you ever do Amber What It Takes?
Oh, I like that one too.
That's a nice song that no one plays, and I play it a lot.
I think I play it.
Check that one out again.
She's got something about not another night, but something about a night, and then she's got Sexual that I play a lot.
She did Show Me Love, and she did.
No, it's Robin Nichols.
No, she did a song called Show Me Love too. It's a different Show Me Love in What It Takes and Sexual. Those were the three that I'm aware of that she did.
Above the Clouds was a big hit too.
Good.
Above the Clouds was good.
And I've played it, at places like Safe House for the warm-up set, and these young girls who are Taylor Swift fans are coming up to me saying, "What is this? This is so cool." Because it's the same vibe, you know, the young girl singing kind of thing, and it's up tempo. They dig it, and they're asking me and looking it up, and yeah, it's a hot track. Wait a minute, am I wrong? That's not Amber. That's Robin. I'm wrong. It's Robin.
Just Robin.
Robin does "Show Me Love."
Robin S.
Robin S. It's weird. I'll show you after the show, Brian.
Show me love.
Another
Show
Robin
me love
S.
and Love for Love.
Yeah.
They're
No,
the same.
there's Robin S. who does "Show Me Love" and "Love for Love." There's a girl named Robin who does "Show Me Love" and "What It Takes." I'll show you after the show.
It's a marketing strategy.
It's true.
She did that on purpose.
And if you're not paying attention, you're going to throw up the wrong track.
You're going to buy the wrong record when you go to the record store, and they did that on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. But
And
that is
it's
true.
different.
One is ROBIN.
ROBYN. It's Robin.
Yeah.
"Show Me Love."
Yeah.
Show me love. Show me live. Show me what it's all about. It's different than the Robin.
Oh, much lower. Yeah, much more R&B than the other one. Yeah. The other one's straight up banger.
It's Swedish, maybe.
Now, how confused
Robin
is
is
that,
Swedish.
Yeah.
Dancing on My Own was Robin.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And,
You know what's
and she was the lead singer of September, or no, there's a group.
What was that, Damon?
No, you know what song I played the other last week that actually went over really well was Jane Child, "Don't Want to Fall in Love."
Oh, God, I love
That's
that song.
another great one. That's a
I
forgotten
mean,
one.
I was just like flipping through some songs, and I just like figured I'd just drop it, and oh my God, I had the right crowd, and they just went for it.
I love that track. It was one of those things you heard it, and you're like, okay, this is the new female Prince, and she was gone.
Yes.
Yeah, one and done. It's like,
Yep.
is this
One
really
and
E?
done.
Yeah, you're like, yeah.
And she's like rocking a Fairlight in that thing, like hardcore. Like she's playing in the video. She's rocking a Fairlight. Serious CMI. It's like, holy wow, she knows what she's doing. Wrote a great song. Her follow up was weak. "Welcome to the Real World," but yeah, dope track. I guess her parents were classically trained musicians, and they classically trained her. And she's like, I want to do rock and roll. She rebelled. She ran away from home. Did what she did. Went to New York. Did that album. Had a hit. Went home. That's the story.
That sucks because I was looking for so much more stuff for her when that dropped.
Yeah.
Somewhere there's cassette tapes. Somewhere there's a drawer full of cassette tapes that.
Oh yeah.
The stuff that didn't get on the label. The music climate changed, and we can't release that now. That's out of phase. Like Prince would always flip the script when everything's hit, and he's like, "Oh, I get this record that's banging." He's like, "No, my next record's not going to sound anything like that." So,
yeah. But you can either write a hit or you can't, and she could write a hit.
Mm-hmm.
That was a hit. I mean, that's the way it was executed and everything else is just gorgeous. That's
and if you're listening, guys, look it up if you don't know the song.
Ooh, yeah.
Jane Child, "Don't Want to Fall in Love."
That mixes nice with "Something About You." Yeah, something.
Yeah.
It's kind of
She's got amazing braids.
Delivery braids.
Yeah, oh yeah, she has amazing braids.
She got the cool, like,
The chain from the nose.
Chain from the nose. Yeah.
We're talking about 89 here, kids.
Yeah.
It was weird back then. Today it's like, yeah, whatever, it's Tuesday. But back then we didn't see that every day.
She was rebellion all the way.
Yeah. Making mom and dad really upset.
One I like is Anastasia. I love her music.
"I'm Out of Love." Yeah, that was a great
She
track.
had a lot of good songs, so a lot of dance songs that weren't top 40 stuff.
What else did she? "I'm Out of Love" is the one that sticks out.
That's the only one I could think offhand.
Yeah.
But I loved her husky voice.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't even say it was husky. It was just powerful.
Yeah.
Like,
she just did a remake of
it's like Taylor Dana. She was really hyper or something. It just
right.
She just did a remake of Young, Forever Young.
Okay.
Oh, really?
That would be interesting.
I have to check that one out.
It's fun to go back and find these tracks that not everybody is thinking about, haven't heard in 20, 30 years. It's fun. It's fun. It's more fun than to play the stuff that you hear walking around Home Depot. Or, the standards from the past. It's fun to find those weird ones sometimes. when you got the right audience in front of you.
I
And
just looked.
sometimes.
I just looked. I don't even have Sirius by Deborah Allen. How could I not have that?
What was the last time you played it?
I know, but how could I not have that? I don't
think I've ever played it. I remember liking the song, but I don't think I ever owned it until now on 45.
I know I probably have the 45, okay, maybe. And I know I've had it.
It's from 86.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that MP3.
And it's not like it's going to turn up on totally 80s classic hit CDs. You know,
there's too much else going on.
It's a deeper cut. It's an R&B cut. It's not a top 40
Is
cut.
it Deborah Allen or Debbie?
Donna.
It's Donna.
Debbie Allen.
Donna.
Debbie Allen, somebody else.
Yeah,
that's somebody way different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I probably went wrong. Donna Allen.
Donna Allen. Serious. Talk about serious. Dun, 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 dun. That was so jamming, Lewis. If they didn't produce it, somebody ripped them off. I got to look that up.
Either way, I don't have that one either. So
it's fun just chilling out talking about music.
Yeah, that whole dun 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 is very Casey and the Sunshine Band when you just kind of went beat.
Yeah,
I gotta get that because I want to stop playing that here and there, and I will.
It's a cool song.
Yeah. I like taking chances sometimes, you know?
Well, I mean, you're in a really cool position with the karaoke where you can do it for buffer and it's like non-consequential sometimes.
That's what I do. I put songs on that people aren't going to sing. It's something that's
right.
Just filler.
Still keep them going, you know?
Without sounding like I'm 80 years old, toe tapping music.
Oh, jeez.
Well, that's a real toe tapper you out there. Yes. So I mean, and that's kind of the warm-up set stuff, you know, that I do sometimes where it's like no one's dancing. We're just kind of milling around, having drinks, talking. And I don't feel obligated to get a dance floor going yet, but I am creating a vibe and just playing some fun stuff. And that's where those tracks come in handy. Stuff that people just, maybe they've never heard it before. Maybe they haven't heard it in forever, but cool tracks, you know? I don't know.
I figured out what I'm closing the set with. Because all this talk about all these just made me think of one that we haven't talked about.
Yeah, what?
The group was called Stars on 54, and it was If You Could Read My Mind. It was a Gordon Lightfoot cover.
Gordon Lightfoot remake?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. I've heard that.
It always worked for me. It always worked for me when it probably came out on X-Mix in either like 98 or 99. I had it on disc, and it was just...
That was Amber also. And that Stars on 45 was Amber.
Yeah.
Or 50.
Yeah, she's listed. Yeah, Stars on 54, alternate, Amber. She's listed in the credits. So Amber and Joe somebody. Okay. Yeah, I'll play that after if you guys haven't heard that.
I play that one all the time.
It takes a minute. It builds, but once it gets going, it's an anthem.
I think Eric and Damon just want to hear serious.
I do.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I have that Star 54 Gordon Lightfoot remake on karaoke.
It's not a remake.
Is it me or when I heard
different version?
When I put that record on, I think I was thinking Jane Child, I Don't Want to Fall in Love, because it's almost got the same drum beat on top of it. It's so close. If I remember right.
I thought he said that was a cover. No, like
it's a cover. He jumped back to the other song. Yeah, this is If You Could Read My Mind was originally a Gordon Lightfoot song, so it was redone in a dance format.
Okay,
there was a disco version of that song too, and I don't remember who did it. I think it was
Viola something. I got her here too.
Okay, and then there was this is one act. What were they called?
Viola Wills.
Yes, that sounds right. Who was the act that did Have a Cigar? They did the disco version of the Pink Floyd song.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to say it was Stargard, but it wasn't Stargard. It was something like that, though. But anyway, yeah, they did.
Yes.
They. I thought they may have done it, but
I don't have anything other than Pink Floyd and Foo Fighters doing that.
Well, let's put a fork in it, kids. I've had fun. Have you had fun?
We're gonna go listen to some music now, and you should too.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah, go listen to the music, and maybe ignore everything we talked about. Listen to something that you're digging. But thanks for joining us, and the show, as always, is brought to you by DJ Event Planner. Check them out in the description of this video, along with our